interstellar on the plane. Landed down in Denver. Had to drive over to In-N-Out real quick and try it out for the first time as we're all from the East Coast. After landing, we started off with Eldorado Canyon State Park, just 20 minutes south of Boulder. It had a lot of sandstone cliffs and a lot of hiking trails. There was a lot of people on the trails. We did like the main trail, which was about 3.5 miles and 1,000 feet of elevation gain. It wasn't too challenging of a hike, but I'd make sure you wear some sneakers and not go on too hot of a day because it could definitely get pretty hot up there. And the trail winds high above South Boulder Creek with panoramic views of the canyon walls and the Continental Divide in the distance was a perfect way to get started. After this, we drove back and then just called it a day. Ended up watching a couple movies, getting food for the next couple days. Day 2 started with a relaxing walk around the Boulder Reservoir, which was about 5.5 miles if you do the full loop. It's just flat trails, open skies, and the mountain backdrop, which was really nice. After that, in the afternoon, we hiked the Chautauqua Trailhead up to the first and second Flatirons. This hike was roughly 2.6 miles round trip with a steeper elevation gain of about 1,400 elevation. And it was pretty, like, I'd say it's like a moderate hike. The only annoying part is all the switchbacks that you're doing the whole way up. But other than that, it sprawls out, and you can, once you get to the top, as I'll show you, there's a beautiful view of the plains and the Rockies in the distance, which is very nice. And on this day, we ended up meeting another person, which was great. So there's always people on the trails. Just make sure you're staying on the markings, and you shouldn't get lost. Just make sure you bring enough water and food for the day, as I said. And then here's the view coming up.
It's an interesting find.
On day 3, we made the 45-minute drive to Estes Park for the Lumpy Ridge Trail, which leads to Gem Lake. This hike was about 3.4 miles round trip in a steady 1,000-foot elevation gain. Along the way, you make some massive granite boulders and weird rock formations along the trail. And then Gem Lake, once you get to it, it's a pretty shallow pool tucked under sheer cliffs with no inner or outlet. It's fed entirely by snow melt. From the trail, you get views back towards Estes Park and the surrounding mountains. As you could hear by my heavy breathing, it was pretty challenging, but we also were moving very quickly, probably at a very fast speed, probably 4 miles an hour, 3 to 4, and just kind of making our way up it very quickly, just trying to get to the top. It took less than an hour, but it could take any amount of time, really, and it'll still be a good time.
He ran straight to town because he knew he was giving food.
We even found a way to climb up the rock that was overlooking it. It was pretty dangerous, but we ended up having a good time, and it was a pretty good view at the top, as I'll show you here. Dude, we literally got aerial. Day 4 was one of the highlights of Rocky Mountain National Parks. Even though it was late May, the park had nearly a foot of snow covering all the trails, so it felt more like a winter hike than any time in the spring, as we had all just got off school. We started at Bear Lake, a flat half-mile loop, then climbed to Nymph Lake, known for its lily pads in summer, though ours was completely frozen over. Continuing up, we reached Dream Lake, which had sharp peaks, with about 1.1 miles from the trailhead and 400 feet of elevation. There was a lot of people on the trail these days, and it seemed to be a very popular tourist attraction, so make sure you watch out for that. But other than that, the views were incredible, especially at Emerald Lake, which was at about 10,000 feet of total elevation, which completed the whole 3.6 mile loop. And each lake felt like its own little part of the history, and it was very nice to be in nature and spend time there for at least a day. And then here's us starting the trail all the way back down the hill.
doing later.
Whitney comes down. I'm guessing that's high.
On day 5, we went to Red Rocks Amphitheatre and Dinosaur Ridge, which we explored the Trading Post Trail first. And it was about a 1.5 mile loop that winds through towering red sandstone formations, with some that are called the Seven Lanes and the Shiprock. The contrast of deep red stone against bright blue skies made every turn feel great. And you got to see a lot of different things along the trail. And it was definitely another one of the popular trails, which makes sense because it's close to the Red Rock Amphitheatre, which is just west of Denver. And it's a concert venue, but there was no concert playing that day. So we just got to see the amphitheater, which is carved into 300-foot high sandstone monoliths. And the rocks are over 300 million years old. And it's a really beautiful a venue. And I'd love to see a concert there, but we ended up missing one on that day. We even got to see some wildlife on the trail, which was really nice. After that, we drove right down the road to Dinosaur Ridge, where it was a 2-mile loop, and we saw real dinosaur footprints carved into the sandstone with three-toed impressions from iguanos and even long sweeping tracks from Alpatosaurus. And all these are over 150 million years old, and it was super interesting to see.
Yo, did you see your favorite? What was your favorite one? That's a male one, bro. It got me.
Dude, you ever seen a video of them dropping a bull here?
On the second to last day, we did the World Arch Trail, which was about 3.5 miles round trip with over 1,300 feet of elevation gain. And it is considered strenuous, but it comes off the Chitawakwa trailhead again and winds steeply upward through the pine forest.
Yeah,
and there were some nice lakes and a lot of cool scenery we got to see.
I just couldn't imagine against you.
I was saying I gotta take like something of this. Same.
Tom probably doesn't sweat because every time.
After about an hour of climbing, the forest opened up to the Royal Arch, and here you saw the huge archway, and then you got a nice view of Boulder as well here, which we decided to enjoy, but we also climbed up another set of rocks, which was probably a little bit dangerous, but we decided to get a better view. We had to get all the way up there.
It's dangerous as fuck, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Thomas thinks he's that high.
Of course, it started pouring right as we were coming down the trail. I started the last day with a run, and then we went to an art museum called Meow Wolf, which I didn't really enjoy, but I could see the appeal to. So I'll just leave some footage here playing at the end. It's right in the downtown Denver if you guys want to check it out. And other than that, I'll see you guys later. This is from Russ.